monthly edition of What's New in Blackboard since the last time we talked about Blackboard. This is for July 2025. Since we're moving into Ultra over the next couple of quarters, we need to start talking about the updates that are available in Ultra, and boy are there a ton of them. So this video will be coming out every month, letting you know what's coming that's going to affect you. I don't want you to have to drink from the fire hose, because here's a list of just what improvements are being made for July. I'm going to go through them and make sure you know about the ones that are important to you as quickly and succinctly as possible. Let's get started. The first thing that may be different from the training that you've had on Blackboard Ultra is that you now have the ability to add captions to images. Note that this is separate from alternative text that you might add for accessibility reasons. This is a caption that will appear directly under the image when it's in the course. So this should be anywhere you can add images. I'm going to show it just adding an image to a document. So here I have a document waiting for me, and let's choose Add Image and upload a file. I have a campus map here, and I'll hit Next. Original aspect ratio is fine. And now I can add both a caption and alternative text, as well as the displayed name. So now we'll add an image caption, which will appear directly underneath it. This is going to vary depending on what the content of your course is. You can choose whether the caption goes above or below the image. I'm a fan of below the image. And then the file options for view and download are the same as they've always been. Nobody needs to download this. Let's make it view only. Now here is the alternative text, which you've likely already seen. This is not the best alternative text, so I'm going to fix it. And save. And here we are. Here's our image with the caption below it. And if we resize the image to take up 2 columns instead of 4, the caption comes with. Next up is something that has to do with moving content from an original course view to an Ultra course view. By now, I'm sure you've learned that Ultra course view folder descriptions are limited to plain text and 750 characters. But what happens if you move a folder from original that has formatting and that has more than 750 characters? Well, before, it would remove all the formatting, strip everything out, and just stop dead at 750 characters. What's going to happen now is that will still happen on the folder description, but the content that was there before will now be turned into an item inside the folder. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So here we have an original course view, and here's a folder, a content folder with a lot of stuff that is containing all of this stuff. We have some lists, we have some colors, we have some links, we've got an embedded video and an attached file. Now in the old way to convert, nothing came down, but let's see what happens now. Here's my Ultra course, and we want to copy that folder into it. We'll take the usual copy routine and search for the course name. And there it is. We'll click into it because we don't want to copy everything. And this is the item I wanted to copy. So let's copy that in. So here you can see what's always happened. The formatting is stripped out and it's cut off at 750 characters. But now if we go into this folder, there's an item that brings over all the formatting that is allowed in Ultra. Certain color combinations are no longer allowed, so those were removed. But we still have our lists, we still have our links, we have our embedded video, and we have our file. This newly created item will be the top item inside any folder that had all of that information in it. I would recommend going in and editing this description to be something a little briefer and a little more useful, and letting the item inside the folder take care of the rest. Next up is a new feature on the Ultra announcements page. Now, for a long time, you've been able to see how many students viewed an announcement by going to the announcements page. but now you're going to be able to see exactly which students acknowledged the announcement. All you have to do is click on the viewers numbers, and there we go. We can see that Sarah's preview user has not read it, but that Phineas Barnum has. That one's really simple, but now if a student says, oh no, I didn't get the announcement, you can double check that information. And finally, we have a new version of the activity stream, which is a page you may not have been using heavily, but you might want to start to. You can get there by clicking on Activity in the base navigation folder. So this is what it looks like now. It's just one long list of everything that's happened in all of the courses that you are attached to. The new version's a little more exciting. So it's going to show you the list of courses that you've been into most recently with a little note of if there's additional activity. If I hover over that, it's showing me I've got 2 students with alerts. And over here I've got 1 student with an alert. If I click the View All Courses, it'll take me to the usual courses page. But over here we have the activity stream that's going to show you that information that you had on your old one. This is the test server, so all I have for here is grades and feedback, but you should be able to filter by several different types of activity once it's live in our production server. This should be a much more effective way of looking at recent activity on the system, such as items that need to be graded or students who might be struggling in class. That's all I have for you today. Like I said, what's new with Blackboard since the last time we talked about Blackboard is going to become a monthly feature because there is so much good stuff coming and I want to make sure you know about it as soon as it hits our server. I'll see you in August.